Hey viewers, let's learn how to play Mental Health on guitar by Quiet Riot. Let's jump into it. So for our intro we play the A power chord, and then a C power chord, and then just play G but only strum it down to the B string. Then play it again. Then come up to the 5th fret D and G, 7th fret A and D, and 5th fret back D and G and do a slight bend. And then back to the open A, and we're calling that riff 1. And then we have all those little fills. We're going to play the open G string, 2nd fret G, pull off to the open, 2nd fret G, pull off to the open. So we have open D and G, hammer onto 2nd fret D and G, and then to start riff 1 again, do the open D and G, hammer onto the 2nd fret. And then we have riff 1 again, G, and now A. Now this time we're going to play the open E string, 3rd fret bend on the E string. Then do riff 1 again, G, A. Now this time the fill we're going to play the open D and G, stop, do a palm mute on the D, play the open D and G again, hammer onto the 2nd fret, and then just play riff 1 again, G, and then to finish that off we play the open D and G, open D and G again, hammer onto the 2nd fret and just hold there for 4 bars. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 there. And that's our intro, so let's play that up to speed. Then from there we go into our verse. Let's have a look at that. So we're going to start just with an A chord and just strum down to the B string. Then just move up to the 4th fret on D, G and B and still play the open A string. Then just move up to the 5th fret and do the same. Back to the 4th fret and do that 2 times. And then the heavy guitar kicks in, so let's have a look at that. So one guitar is just doing a pick slide. So we're going to start an open D and G, 2nd fret D and G, open D and G. Then just play the A power chord and we're going to palm mute that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and on the 4 and play 4 and 4 on the D and the G. Go back to the palm muting again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then come up to 5 and 5 on the D and the G. Back to the open A again, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and back to 4 and 4. And then our 1 and 2 and 3. We're going to play open D and G, open D and G again and hammer onto the 2nd fret. Hold that, then we come up to open A, 4th fret D and G. Hold that, C, hold for a bar. Come up to the D 2 times. Now the 3rd time we're going to play the open D string, 5th fret harmonic on the G and the B. And then open D and G, hammer onto 2nd fret, and then just G, D. And that gives us our verse. Let's play from the heavy part. And then we're ready for our chorus. So our chorus, we just play riff 1 again, and then to finish it off we just play G, D, then we do riff 1 again, and this time to finish it off we're going to play the open D and G, 5th fret harmonic D and G 2 times, and back to A. So we play that for you. A's holding, we have this little lead, so let's do that now. We're going to have 20 on the E, 17 on the B, 20 on the B, 17 on the G, 15 on the B, 12 on the G, 14 on the G, 12 on the D, stay on the D, 10th fret, 2 bends, and then 12, A there. And that's our little solo part after the chorus. And that's the end of our chorus. Then we have our verse, we do that exactly the same, and then we have the next chorus. Let's do that. So our next chorus we do riff 1 again and just finish on the G, D, back to riff 1. Then we're going to do a palm mute on the open E, bend 5th fret on the A and the D, and then just play an A power chord, come up 5 on the E, 7 on the D and the G, because we've got to slide back there. So we do that chorus for you. Then we have these stops, open A, palm mute, C and G, and slide down, so. And then play C, A power chord, slide down, then play C again, and then to a G power chord, hold for 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and then move up to A, all 8th notes for a bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's do that quickly. Then we have the solo, and we'll do all those at the end. Let's look at the solo rhythm. So this time we're going to play the B power chord open, do a palm mute, then 2 opens, palm mute, 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 2 opens, and then just 2nd fret A open, so. And then do exactly the same thing but on the D. And the last one we're going to play the 5th fret A open, and then we just come up to the E power chord. We're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 more times. And then just do a slide there. We're doing 2 slides. So there. So let me do that rhythm for the solo. And then from there we're just going back to riff 1 again. So A, C, G, G, and our little fill. And then just play open D and G, 2nd fret, D and G, and then do the riff again. G, our little fill. Then from there we have all the little lead parts, and we'll cover all them at the end again. And then we just finish off here. We're going to play the 5 on the D and the G, 7, and the 5 and 5 bend again, so the same as our chorus. And then we're just going back to our chorus. A, C, G, G, our fill, back to A and G, D, and just keep repeating that. We do it 5 times and the last one just slowed down. So let's do that a couple of times. Tremolo, picking D, and finish on the A. And that's all the rhythm parts. Now let's have a look at the leads. So for our main solo, we're going to bend on the 12th fret G and hold down the 10th fret B. Do that 3 times. Then slide up to the 9th fret G, B7, E7, B7. Come to 10 on the B, 8 on the B, and then do a bend on 10 on the B. So then we're going to do 7, hammer onto 10, pull off to 7 on the B, G, 9, go back to the B, 7, 10, 7, hammer on, pull off, slide back to 5, hammer onto 7, pull off to 5, play 7, G, 5 on the B, then 5 again with a bend, and then back to 7, G, and 2 bends on the 7, G, 7, D, 4, G. So that part slowly. Then we're coming up to 13 on the B, pull off the 10, and then bend on 13. Now we have this tapping part here. We're going to tap onto 14, pull off to 13, 14, pull off to 13, pull off to 10, hammer onto 13. So we have. Then do the same thing but come up to 15, 15, 13, 15, 13. 17, same thing. Then come up to 18, do 18, 13, 18, 13. Then hit 18 again and slide up. Then go back to the 17 and do it the same. 17, 13, 17, 13, 10, 13. Then 18, 13, 18, slide up and do that another time there. So we have. And then we just do 18, 13, 18, 13, 10, 13, and then back to 17, do the same. Back to 18, back to 17, and bend on the 13 there. And then we have 15, pull off to 12, bend on 15, or on the B. Then we're going to do tremolo picking, 12th fret E, 14, 15, 17, back to 14, 15, 17, 15, 17, up to 19, and then E12, B11, E12, B11, G9, and then B12, G9, D9 there. So that's the whole solo, so let's do that up to speed. That's our main solo. Then we have all these little fills after that, so let's do those. For our first fill, we're going to have the bend on 12G holding 10. Then come up to 15G 13 and bend there, 13 on the B. And then play 18 on the B, bend, hold 15E. Then do that again. Come back to 15 and 13. 13 and 11, bend. 15 and 13, bend. And finish on 12 and 10. So that little part there. And then after that we're just doing these mutes, so down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, and do that 8 times. And then we have the next fill, we have B string 10 2 times, and then again 10, G12, B10, G12 and bend on 13B. So. Then the next one, bend on 13 on the B, play 13, 10, 13, 13, pull off the 10. Then we're going to do the 10 again on the B, 12G, do a trill between 10 and 13, and then just 10, 13, bend. Then we go back to 13, B, bend, 13, 10, 13, 13, pull off the 10. So it's the same as the one we did before. Then we're going to come up to 15, do a bend and release, pull off the 13 on the B, bend on 15, then just pull off 15 to 13, 15E, bend on 15B. So that fill there, starting on the 15. And then we just play 15E, bend on 15B, do that again. Do that 3 times there. And then we have bend on 15E, 15 pull off to 12, 2 bends on 15E, 15 pull off to 12 and bend on 15. So there. And then the last one we just do 15 bend, pull off to 12 and do that 5 times and finish with 2 bends on the 15. And there are all those little fill bends, and then we have our last solo at the end, so let's do that. So we're going to do 3 bends on 15E, come up to 20 on the E, do a bend, play 22, and do that again, 20 bend, 22, and then 2 bends on the 20. And then just play 20, pull off to 17, 20B, 17E, do a bend on 20B. Then we have this little run, 20, pull off to 17 on the B, 19G, 17B, back to G, 19, 17, D19, G, 17, stay on G, 19, pull off to 17, 19, D, 17, G, back to D, 19, 17 and A, 19 there. And then we're coming back, G string 5, 7, 5, do a bend on the 7. And then we're going to play 5 on the B, hammer onto 8, pull off the 5. Then we're going to do all legato here, go back to G, 7, 5, 7, B, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, and then to finish on the G, 7, 5, 7. So we have. And then we're just going to come up to the D string, tap on 14, pull off the 10, 7, and hammer back onto 10. And then do the same, but tap on 12. And do that 3 times. And then just finish by tapping on the 12, pull off the 10, pull off to 7. So. And that's that last solo there, so let's play that. That's all the parts there. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.